I think it's been because lots of people have been focusing on the short term. So to say, well, Davis has said that we need another runway by 2030, but actually he said we'll need 2 by 2050. And so what we at London Chamber are doing is taking a much more long-term view and saying, look, let's be bold now. Let's give both airports permission to expand so that we can safeguard our economy for the long term.
But it's not such a big deal, is it? I mean, you think about adding 1 runway. I mean, Amsterdam has 6. I think Istanbul has 6. Dubai is massive. Why is it such a big deal just adding 1 runway? What's the main obstacle?
In the UK, it's become a little bit of a political football. So the Commission was set up in 2012 by the government almost to take the decision about what to recommend out of the hands of government. But of course, it's going to be government that has to implement the recommendations once Davies reports later this year.
Now, the Gatwick boss has put out a statement today saying how disruptive it would be if they choose to develop Heathrow. Says that they've got the Commission's got its numbers wrong about passenger traffic into Gatwick. It's very defensive from him, isn't it? Do you think does that suggest that he thinks he might lose it?
It's really difficult to say at this point who the Commission's going to recommend. We think that it's important to allow both airports to expand. That's our position. That's the action that would be best for the UK economy over the long term, and we hope that the next government's going to listen to that.
OK, so we'll get the conclusion from the consultation, and then we have to wait for the new government, whichever one it's going to be, to decide what they're going to do. There's political risk to this, isn't there?
Yes, absolutely. And from the point of view of the UK economy and from London businesses who we've surveyed extensively, they do want airports expansion. 50% of London businesses back Heathrow and 30% back Gatwick. So there's definitely support for that.
OK, and just very briefly, would you do Gatwick first or Heathrow? Just very briefly.
We would do Heathrow first. It's the UK's hub airport. It's already at capacity, so it makes sense for expansion there.
All right, Catherine Howell, thank you very much.